Banks, North Carolina. We are on our way, you guessed it, to have a camping trip on Portsmouth Island. And so we are here, you can see in the background, at the Morris Marina Ferry. And these folks are going to take us over to the island. There's actually only one way in the island, and that is through these folks, the ferry here. And there's plenty other ferries on the Outer Banks Island, but this one is the only one that will take you to Portsmouth Island. The other ferries will take you to Hatteras or Ocracoke, and those ferries are not privately run like this one. As I understand it, this ferry has been in business for the last about 60 years or so. Family-owned business, and they do a lot of good work, a lot of fishing, if that's your thing. They also can provide some valuable information on that front. And so this is the first time that we'll be taking the kids with us on our little adventure, so this is going to be interesting. And we're going to be out here about 4 days roughing it, as you can see in the background, right? Roughing it. We'll be out here about 4 days roughing it. And just to give you some perspective on where we are exactly, we are about 42 minutes outside of Wilmington, North Carolina. So essentially we're coming up on the southern end of the island and ferrying over, and not going all the way through Outer Banks, Kitty Hawk, and Corolla to get down to the part where we are now. So the trip took us about 5.5 hours, which is not bad. Actually not bad at all, but we didn't have any sleep last night, so we drove in, and I think Lewis might have had maybe an hour of resting, I'll call it, because I don't think he really slept very well. I didn't sleep at all. I stayed up and made sure that everyone had all the clothes, and food was right, and everything was ready to go on that front. And so we drove in, started driving about midnight, and we got here actually right about 6:30. We had some stops, gas, food for breakfast and all that, so that delayed us about an hour, but we're happy we're here, and hopefully we'll get a chance to catch up on some sleep. And definitely we're already enjoying this wonderful view that you see behind me in the background. So stay tuned. We'll be coming to you over the next 4 days.
Once we get off the ferry, we proceed to air down our tires. The reason why we air down our tires in the island is to be able to get better traction on the tires and at the same time not damage the shoreline so much. The air down tire is a procedure that we should be explaining in other videos how it needs to be done properly. But the most important thing is to help you get a better track on your truck while you're driving on the beach. At this point, we actually got stuck as soon as we got on the beach. Our recovery was quick. That was the only point we got stuck, but we got out with no problem.
know on this side, and really on the beach and as a whole, but definitely more so on this side is the flies. They're pretty large flies, and they bite, and they come in swarms. So I think I can show the swarm here on that side of the window.
We have named this species red-eyed eagle. They also make you bleed.
Yeah, like yesterday, stingy.
So they gave us some, or not gave, we bought. The marina, they sold some herbal spray. I think we have it in here, right in here. Some herbal spray, Burt's Bees, and it's actually a herbal insect repellent, and it's pretty good. All four of us have used it, and as long as you have it on, it seems to do the trick. And they stay off of you. They will still bite you for the areas that you do not have the spray on, but this stuff seems to work pretty good. We brought our own bug repellent. They said that wouldn't work. We haven't really tried ours. We just really took hers, the one that we bought from them. We bought it for $12, so yeah, it came out of premium. But we tried this, and it's been successful. Maybe I'll do a little test with the regular store-bought one that we picked up on the way out here with some DEET in it, and see what the difference is, if any. But definitely, if you're coming out here to Portsmouth Island, you want to have some bug spray. If you can find this stuff in the store, this is going to be, before you come out here, it's just going to be really invaluable. I think all of us have webs from bites that we've gotten. Doesn't outweigh the view and the trip experience, but still, it's definitely something that you should be aware of, and make sure you're prepared for. So. Anywhere up the beach, came in, left this way right here. Yep, she can be anywhere in this area. She came, laid her eggs here, and she's trying to preserve the eggs and mark off the spot from visitors and tourists. Very cool.
Can you explain what do you do whenever you find the eggs, after you find the eggs?
After I find the eggs, so I just dig to the top of the nest, and like that's all I do. I don't disturb them at all because we're like pretty hands off. So I actually take one egg for a DNA study. It's a marker capture study to try to figure out which females nest where along the beach and like how many times they nest. so that the mother's DNA is in the eggshells. We take the eggshell.
Oh.
Then I just cover it back up. I put a predator screen on top of it and stake it down, and then put poles up with like specific measurements of where the nest cavity is, so that when it hatches, we know exactly where it is, and then after they hatch, we can inventory the nest and figure out how many eggs are there.
Also, once they hatch out, you guys come back again and check and see how many eggs and how many eggs approximately.
It's usually around 110.
Wow.
Oh wow.
But how many do you think they actually made it to the ocean?
Not usually. I found quite a few dead nests, like dead hatchlings.
Okay, so it's,
Some of them don't hatch.
some of them don't hatch, and some of it they actually is any beside the raccoon another predator over here, beside the birds.
Ghost crabs get them too.
Really?
Yeah.
And I haven't seen one of those.
And that's just like on the beach. Like once they hit the water.
That's it. They good. They good to go. They go through the races, huh?
Yeah, and there's so many predators in the water too.
Oh yeah.
But that's why they lay so many nests and with so many eggs so they can make it.
Wow. Well, that's a tough job for you. We see you every day coming over here, and I'm like, we hope to see her doing one of these things so we can look at it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. I mean,
Appreciate
I
it.
wish I could
We-
find the eggs for you.
We found these children along the way.
Yes, you did. Scared you?
Somebody left them on the ferry.
That scared you? What?
Somebody left them on the ferry. So we decided to give them a home and feed them.
Rude.
And they've eaten up all of our food
Rude.
and drank all our water. So that's why we're back. We're going to leave them back on the ferry. Put a sign